This show is brought to you by Directory.com, the safest way to hire a contractor.
And we are back. Dimitri with the homeowning morning brew. Keep sipping our coffees. Talking about scammers in contracting world. Next one is Mark Diamond. Mark Diamond was sentenced to over 17 years in federal prison for running a massive scam that targeted elderly black homeowners in Chicago. For years, Diamond tricked seniors into signing reverse mortgage documents by promising home repairs, but the work was often never done or barely finished. Meanwhile, the homeowners were left with huge debts and ended up losing their homes even. Quick explanation. Reverse mortgage is supposed to help older homeowners borrow money against their home's value. But scammers like Diamond use it to steal people's equity. They get homeowners to sign papers and they don't fully understand. Take the money meant for the homeowners and have them stuck with the massive loans. In total, Diamond and his team stole about $10 million in home equity from over 100 homeowners. Even after he got sued in 2009 and was banned from doing mortgage work in 2015, he kept going. In 2025, he was finally sent to prison. Why did it take 15 years to catch this guy?
I don't know. There's redemption is available for everybody, but without it, this guy has a special place in hell. When there's babies or elderly people involved, that's a special place for me. Taking advantage of people in their most vulnerable time in life is disgusting. And it's crazy that it took that long for this guy to be caught.
Is it a system or is it negligent and someone in the system? I mean, if he got sued in 2009, how do you go to jail in 2025? I mean, maybe that's the problem with today's topic. So many people get away with it. I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's so many companies target elderly people. We did a big story on leaf filter sales system, and leaf filter targets elderly people. They go to home shows and they sell this way overpriced gutter covers for, $9, $10, $15,000 for gutter covers. No 90-year-old need a $10,000 gutter cover. I'm sorry. You just
no 30-year-old does.
you just don't spend that kind of money. And after that show, I started getting calls from caregivers like, hey, Dimitri, my mom, my grandpa just signed this deal. How do we get out of it? Help us, please. And shame on those companies. I mean, how do you sleep at night? How does this guy? I mean, what goes through their mind? Okay, they're old. They live their life. They don't really need it. I mean, if you think about pension these days and social security checks, I mean, it's pennies. I mean, who can live on 1,000, 2,000, 3,000? The reason they're taking these loans because they don't have money. So they don't have money and you take their money for home improvements. You're not really helping them. I mean, shame on you. I agree with you. It's a special place in hell for scammers like this guy. But I'm just mad at the system that doesn't send them to jail quick enough. I mean, we do have overpopulated jails too, but these people. Brent, where are you on it?
Well, unlike the pool guy where it's pretty obvious when you're not getting a pool, at least after a couple months, this seems like one of those things. It might take a couple years, and for some of these victims, they might not have ever realized it. I mean, we're talking about a vulnerable group of people that are dealing with, end of life, health issues for sure. And they're thinking they're going to get some money for a reverse mortgage. And without somebody advocating for them, a lot of this stuff probably went unnoticed. I would like to research and see at what point was that first complaint filed? Who was it? Like somebody had to have been a little privy to what's going on or smelt a fish and took some action. And then, of course, it took time for more people to come forward and it actually be like a big federal kind of thing.
Hey, Dimitri, I think I found the next fight that needs to be televised on Roofing Insight.
Okay.
Put me in the ring with this Mark Diamond guy.
I wonder. Well, he's not going to be out for a long time, man. I mean, I hope. Did you find any information on how much he got? because he was sent in prison. What's the sentence looks like for this guy?
17 years.
17 years. Okay. He also has to pay back 2.7 million to his victims. Probably never going to happen. 4 of his business partners were also charged and pleaded guilty. I mean, this is like, I mean, think about this. Think about that circle of friendship, right? So like your business, when you go, out with your friends, like, oh, how did it go? Oh, like, this 87-year-old just assigned $150,000 to me. And what kind of conversations can you have with your business partners, with your friends, with the...
Well, I could tell you, Dimitri, living on a ranch, whenever I see a pig, I don't normally see one. I see a group of them.
I see.
So it's likely they all hang out together.
And here's something else that's really unfortunate about this too. I mean, we're talking about people's property that was basically taken from them. And these, this could be the inheritance for the next generation. So it's not just the elderly that he screwed over. It's the next group that stood to really inherit anything when these poor people, passed away.
Or it could be their retirement plan. I mean, you can do a lot with the $2.7 million. I mean, it's a lot of vacations. It's a lot of trips. I mean, you can go probably to a few nice trips in Europe and see in the world a little bit, right? And now you probably will never see it back. That's what the story says. And the good news is Illinois did pass a new law to help new scams like this in the future. And I would say for those who are listening, when you hear stories like this, when you see someone maybe in your circle, act on it, give advice, interfere. Contractors absolutely hate when relatives step in. Last week, I was in Austin, Texas, visiting very cool company. Huge shout out to Cupcake Home Improvements. Love the business name, love the company. They have one of the coolest rules I've ever heard in business. You know what the rule is? It goes right along with this story. If any of the relatives, like if they go on a sales appointment and they have elderly person who they feel like cannot make decisions because, age, older, memory, like whatever. Like we're not the same after. I look at my dad who's 65 and he's not the same dad as I used to remember 20 years ago, decision, cognitive functions. So this company, when they see someone older, they advise them, do you have anyone who can be present during the sales? Like they don't want to sell to older people. And they welcome relatives to be at the sales presentation. And I absolutely love it. I think we should encourage it. A lot of salespeople hate it because, you get called and there will be a son-in-law, daughter-in-law, or daughter, and they hate it with passion. It's like, oh, I would sell this job if not them. Well, if they're advising against that window project or roof project, maybe they know better. Maybe they have a little bit more common sense. You have to respect it. You don't know the financials. You don't know the history of the person who lives there. You don't know the whole thing. I mean, not every older person needs the remodel, right? Especially if we're talking about cosmetics, windows. Yes, there are a lot of things that can improve our lives, but overall, we need people to take care of them. So
no, I love that. And kudos to Cupcake for coming up with that. In fact, that is something that I would love to bring up to our leadership in our company about making it happen, because we do have a large contingent of elderly or retirement aged folks in our community. I think I would be interested to know their approach on how they bring it up, because I've met with some pretty witty they have it all together 80-year-olds that would probably look at that as an insult. Mm-hmm. So I'd be interested in how they message it so that you don't insult the customer while also doing what's best for them.
100%. Brent,
I love that.
What do you think?
No, I think that's good. And we're very similar. Like we've had to go back and pitch to relatives before. We do an in-home presentation. And, we'll have a son-in-law or someone call up and be like, hey, what's that you want to do? And we'll say, hey, can we just meet up with you and show you everything we just showed Mrs. So-and-so or whatever? So, yeah, I do really like that. At the end of the day, there's nothing, even if you're trying to be honest, like if you're an honest company, you still got to realize some people have their guard up and they might think you're taking advantage of grandma no matter what. So you definitely want to be transparent and open, and going back and having to show stuff to other people to get them comfortable with you. Hey, that's a win-win.
And my last message on this topic is actually for the contractors who feel irritated when the third party is trying to get involved. Please don't. I mean, if you're doing everything right, if your service is good, if your product is good, if you're a legit contractor, you have nothing to be afraid of. If you're honest, if your price is reasonable, if the quality of your work is good, if you're not doing any scam, like if your homeowner, if your client truly needs your service, you'll get the job. Maybe if you're in a pushy end and you're selling a roof that still can last another 5-7 years, maybe they don't need it right now. Don't be mad if someone questions your sales process or questions the decision of that homeowner. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the people changing their minds, and take it easy. Don't be aggressive.
Dimitri, to close that one out on Mark Diamond, the one silver lining that came from this whole story is that the Illinois legislature actually passed new laws because of this that help homeowners from being victimized in this way. So if anything good came out of his fraud, it was that future elderly and the like are not going to be, is susceptible to being, taken down this path.
Love it. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to share one more story, and this one is as crazy as the rest of them. Contractor and a homeowner in Connecticut got caught working together to burn down the homeowner's house, all to cash on an insurance money. When we come back, we'll cover it. This show is sponsored by Contractor Directory. If you ever hired the wrong contractor, you know it can turn into a nightmare. Directory helps you avoid all of that. Every pro is background checked for criminal and financial red flags. And with a $20,000 guarantee on every job, you are protected if anything goes wrong. It's totally free. Just head to directory.com or download the app from the App Store. Directory, the safest way to hire a contractor.